Hey guys, what's going on? It's Coach Bill, and in this video here I want to talk about swag for your members. Okay, so in this video here I'm actually answering Tori's question here. Tori's a new gym owner who is new to our program here in Big Little Gym. She just joined in. She's owner of CrossFit Coeur d'Alene. I've actually met her personally. Super excited to have her on our program. Her gym is going to just crush it with our stuff. And she asked an amazing question here about new member swag. She says, "Hi all, we are revamping our front end offer a bit. We've had a 6-week onboarding and want to move people to a 12-week hybrid membership that includes nutrition. Somewhere in all the BLG stuff we've been consuming over the last week, I recall a discussion of a graduation gift for people who transition out of a 12-week program to regular ongoing membership. What has worked well for others is this is what she's asking. What has worked well for others? We have a logoed tote bag, shaker bottle, pens, shirts already, so maybe just keep it simple and use what we have." And then Derek responded. There was already one response here, and I'm going to add to this. But he said, "I would go t-shirts, something everybody uses, and there are plenty of brands you can get made up for cheap with simple prints. People use totes for specific reasons. Pens get lost. Shakers are cool, but who sees them outside of the home of the gym?" Really, really good points from Derek. Derek's a gym owner that's been crushing it with us and often offers really good advice here. And here he is again offering some really sound advice. He said, "Plus something about free clothes always feels good and more useful. That's my opinion. Either way, though, using what you have either way will save time and money." Okay, yeah, I agree there. That's actually really, really good advice. So I want to zoom out a little bit on the question and kind of like the spirit of gift giving and why and how to leverage gift giving as a way to build your business. Okay, so there's a really good book on this, and you guys will often find me recommending books because I've read books on just about everything that have to do with business. And there's a really good book I recommend called Giftology. Giftology, and I'll put the link around this video or underneath this video in the description. And Giftology talks about it more talks about like business to business, but these concepts work the same in B2C, which is what gyms are. B2C is business to consumer. We work with end users, not other businesses, as gym owners. So the idea is like using gifts as a way to build reciprocity. So the way, there's in the laws of nature and the principles of nature and psychology and how it works is like the law of reciprocity is always in place. Like we as humans, if you're a non-sociopathic person, you're a normal person that understands, giving and receiving and, carries reciprocity as a thing for when someone does good for you. It basically states that when we give something to someone, they in their mind often want to repay it with an equal or greater favor or expression of gratitude, right? So the best ways to use swag in a business is actually preemptively, right? So I'm a big fan of giving an award as a token of completing something, but I'm an even bigger fan of, for completing something, give them an actual trophy, something that gives them recognition, recognize them, right? So instead of giving them like a coffee cup that everybody gets, when they complete their 12-week onboarding phase, their 12-week hybrid, do something that recognizes them. Give them a plaque with their name on it, or a certificate with their name on it, or something if you were going to give them a coffee cup, but give them a coffee cup that has their name embossed on it, something that recognizes as a certificate of completion. And the reason why is because recognition stimulates the brain neurotransmitter serotonin. The brain transmitter serotonin is incredibly powerful. It's that the serotonin, as that's the happiness chemical. When you get recognized, the stimulus that creates the largest dump of serotonin is public recognition and status. So when you give someone a lift in status and recognition, is that and they're rewarding them with a token of it, like a physical representation of that recognition, you give them a very, very large dose of serotonin, and they will bond with you over that. They will bond with your business over that, right? So when you're thinking about a gift you can give them for completing something like their 12-week hybrid membership, I would create around that 12-week hybrid membership some sort of sense of completion around it. Instead of it just being a 12-week hybrid membership, call it some sort of something that they earn, right? Find a way to give an element of achievement and completion to this, because 12 weeks is a long time, and for someone who's otherwise getting off the couch to come into your gym and commit for 12 weeks and have this amazing experience and accomplish that, they might be telling their friends and family, and their friends and family might be like, yeah, cool, whatever, right? Congratulations, you went out and worked out, good for you, right? That's what everybody's doing. But for them at your gym and in your community to get recognized, and for you, and I would also post every time someone graduates from your 12-week program and becomes an ongoing member, post in the your members group, post that stuff publicly and recognize them so they get tagged and they see all that, right? So that's what I would think about in terms of gifts that you can give people for completing the 12-week membership. Because if you think about it, it's worth investing in a decent gift, because if they're signing up for a 12-week hybrid membership, they're probably paying a decent amount of money for it. Like it's probably $1,000 plus in membership value. They're probably going to pay for it, at least close to. At least I hope that you'd be getting somewhere around that. But spending, you can go on like there's different like trophy stores. I'm a really big fan. I actually really like, if you go to Etsy, you can search out all kinds of cool little like handmade things that are like 10, 20, 30 bucks they'll customize them for you. You can look up like customized trophies on Etsy, or the hammers we have made for the 50K club here at the BLG, those embossed custom hammers we make. They're a lot more money, but like we found the artist for those on Etsy. And there's much less expensive things that you can have done, right? So a little token that they can go and like put on their bookshelf that says, hey, I achieved this thing. That's what I would think about in terms of doing swag as a certificate of completion. Now, as far as doing swag just to give them as like a cool thing to wear for the gym, I would give them that stuff when they sign up. So like when a member joins your gym, when a member joins your gym, give them swag just for joining, right? Give them, like make it part of like, hey, like you signed up, here's a t-shirt, here's a coffee mug, here's some pens, right? Like give them a nice little swag box, and like, hey, like we give this to all of our members as a token of our appreciation. And also you're part of our tribe now, so we wanted to give you some things that had like, the logo of our tribe on it that you can wear around and let people know that you're in our tribe, and just give that to them, right? What that's going to do is that's going to build reciprocity, because like they haven't done anything yet to earn that. And you give them that reciprocity, and like people are going to find a way to repay that. How they're going to repay that more than likely is by staying a continued member longer, because in their mind they're always going to be thinking about when they started and you gave them that coffee mug and you gave them that t-shirt, and like how much, like you explaining that they're part of the tribe by receiving this, like how meaningful that is to you and to them, right? So like in building a really good customer experience, like which was what we're thinking about here. It's like not, hey, you did 12 weeks, here's a coffee mug, right? It's like what those things symbolize. And I would think if you're going to do something more generic, like a coffee mug that everybody gets the logo on it, something that people could otherwise buy, I would just give that to them as part of joining, right? And I know that has an out-of-pocket cost, but if you were to do this and track the results over like the next couple of years of those clients, and like how long they stick around and how much your lifetime value increases, because an early gesture early on puts you in that pocket of reciprocity early, where they're going to try to find ways over the lifetime as a member to pay it back. And then in regards to what you're going to give them for completing your 12-week hybrid, I would have a certificate of completion or a token of completion that is something that is customized with their name on it, that says that they completed it. And every time they win it, you take a picture of them with that and you publish that publicly. When you do that, that recognition that person is getting is going to reinforce them sticking and make them incredibly grateful. It's going to make them feel amazing. It's also going to make everybody that sees that event taking place, it's going to make them feel like they're going to have a sense of FOMO. They're going to have a fear of missing out. They're going to want to be a part of it. And that's going to be what helps you sell more of those 12-week hybrid memberships, is that they're seeing other people complete it and get recognition for it and are super happy, and the life changes and all those stuff that occurred during it. Because in sharing those recognitions with people, you're going to tell a little bit about their story. Here's what they accomplished. Here's what they said when they started here. And here's what they're thinking now. And here's how they're different. And here's the change we saw in this person. When you do that really, really well, that creates a first 90-day customer experience that is almost unbeatable and unmatched in the fitness world. So that's what I would do if you were going to leverage swag and gift giving. And I would also, just to further, create more ideas around gift giving, read that book Giftology. It's great. It's got a bunch of examples of using gifts to build relationships and using reciprocity to build relationships, which all the best relationships are created this way. All the best relationships and business relationships and customer relationships are built on, over delivering earlier, giving more than what's expected, and that person on the other end feeling like they owe you something and finding a way to pay it back later through continued business, which is what we want as gym owners. Hope that was helpful. Bye.